Thank you for waiting. We will begin Ruby sponsor session now. Among the various Ruby sponsors, we will have 3 companies to deliver. First, Mr. Takai will deliver under the title as a good citizen of the Ruby world. Thank you for kind introduction. My name is Takai, General Manager in charge of engineers. My name is Takai from Cookpad. Today, we have participated as a sponsor in this conference. We have 3 presentations. Yesterday, on the first day, Morohashi-san gave a presentation under the title of Big and Joyful Reflections on Use of Foundation with Ruby to talk about various challenges surrounding in developing huge Ruby program in teamworks. And Endo-san also made a presentation under the title of an improvement plan for Ruby coverage measurement. And later today, Mr. Sasada will give a presentation under the title of Special Course to Become a Ruby Interpreter Hackers to increase the number of Ruby design engineers. Centering on various recipe and cooking related services, we are providing over 2,300,000 cooking recipes and about 60 million monthly unique visitors, over 1.9 million premium users. How many people among the audience are part of this? Those people who are not yet doing so, please do become premium member at this time. We are trying to go globally, and know-hows we nurtured in the Japanese market can be applied to various world outside Japan, and we are supporting 21 languages in 67 countries, and we have more than 30,000 monthly unique users. That means about half as compared to the Japanese audience exists abroad. Ruby on Rails is used for our development work. Recently, we recognized that Cookpad is in the scene in the homepage. Who added this information? And actually, I found that a member of Rails core team and the Cookpad global development member, Guillermo Igaran, did it. Thank you for that. This we will skip. This is something as if Ruby on Rails homepage was rewritten, but actually DHH actually recognized that Cookpad is a high traffic Rails site. That's what DHH recognized. Putting this aside, recently, I think you know Hernandez TV program, and Yuko Ogura or Yukorin actually committed to the Cookpad recipe, and the moment she did, more than 40,000 RPS took place. This is known and memorized as a Yukorin spike. Recently in Cookpad, in January, Ruby core developer Koichi Sasada joined us as a full-time committer. In Ruby Conference 2017, Endo-san is supposed to join us as the second committer for performance improvement. Sometimes we get questions asked, why are you so energetic and in making contributions to Ruby world? That is because we want to see Ruby improve more and more, because our programs are written with Ruby, and the Ruby and the ecosystem challenging but attractive. And I think that this attractiveness is very important. And when Ruby becomes faster, then user experience will improve also. So we are supporting and promoting the development of Ruby. And in this context, perhaps we could contribute for the productivity improvement of engineers. Ruby 3 has high performance and Git compilation and new execution models and the new data types are all areas where we made contributions in Ruby. Not just the main body of Ruby system, but in various areas are expanding for our activity area. Per OSS license release, for instance, is one thing, and then patch is sent to other products, and then conference as such is used to share our information and the knowledge. Cookpad is hosting various softwares Cookpad developed. And also business development of software can be publicized by individual developer engineers. Specifically speaking, I looked into this, and GitHub publicized Ruby-related softwares. That's how I retrieved information. So many here, as you can see. Many products are actually used to solve problems which was encountered by Cookpad. Cookpad initiatives, blogs of developers, study groups, and the blogs, we have some slides. And sometimes those slides provide more detailed information as compared to internal in-house information. So please go and take a look. So as a good citizen of the Ruby world, we would like to continue our contribution. So this has been an introductory brief of Cookpad. And then if you are interested in working with us, please kindly contact us through the URLs. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. What's the premium member's privilege?
はい、わかりました。検討したいと思います。ありがとうございます。
Okay, now we'd like to invite Mr. Nagai from Sansan Corporation. His title will be 8 and Ruby. Now, Mr. Nagai, floor is yours. So I'm going to talk with the theme of 8 and Ruby. First, let me introduce my company, and I want to show you a video of the TV commercial.
してやられたな。
田中さんが人違いだったなんて。
見たこともない田中さんだったぞ。
すみません。
浅場建設でこの田中違いは痛いよ。
パイプを作りたかったのは田中徳兵衛常務だ。
徳兵衛。そうか、徳兵衛さん名字田中だったな。
田中徳兵衛か。
地元のカラオケ仲間で。
名刺交換は
しました。
それさ、早く言ってよ。してやられたな。
やっと繋がった田中さんがとっくに出向してたなんて。
出張先と出向先はえらい違いだ。楽しい夜だった。それだけだ。
浅場建設のキーマンを失ったのは痛いよ。
後任は
満島常務です。
聞いたことない。
なん
だ
僕満島です。
初耳だ。
まさか満島常務って。
おじです。
名刺は
もらいました。
だから早く言ってよ。してやられたな。
先方の満島常務、君のおじさんがこんなにも早く更迭されるなんて。
すみません。
これに関しては君のせいではない。誰が持ってないのか、浅場建設への切り札になる名刺を。
僕は受付の方の名刺くらいしか。
でも受付の一人、今社長室長じゃなかったかな。あの一番個性的な人。
その名刺まだ持ってるか。
そのことはちょっといろいろありまして。
いろいろ。
捨ててしまいました。
だからそういうの早く言ってよ。
してやられたのか。
キーマンとの人脈作りが後手に回りまして。
浅場建設の案件でこの出遅れは痛い。
社長、このボールは
コンペでの頂き物だ。
浅場とあります。
あ、
お名刺の交換などはしたすぐに調べろ。
ちなみにそのコンペはいつ頃？
半年くらい前かな。それ早く言ってよ。
営業のチャンスを広げるために社内の名刺を一括管理。サンサンのクラウドサービス。
So as a story, I'm not sure this can happen in reality because this is so extreme. However, the value of business card is closed for individual. For example, like sharing of business card, nobody realized the importance of sharing the business card. And that's where Sansan comes in. Our mission is creating a resource from everyday business encounters and transforming the way that we work. First is the Sansan for corporation, and the other for aid for individual. So now I want to talk about aid first. Aid is the business card management tool. And the basic function of the business card management. And on top of that, the utilizing network on business. This is the communication tool to utilize the network. The recent topics, there are 3 newly released functions. First is the company page. Using the 8 business network, the company can transmit the information to individual. And next one is the premium for companies. 8 was started as a service for individual. However, as you have watched our commercial, the promotion, it's now used by a company or companies. And thirdly, 8 talent solutions. There's a need for recruiting, hiring people, and we are feeling strong needs on daily basis. That's why we started this service called 8 Talent Solutions. The encounter between people will be created or supported. On top of that, the encounter between business and people will be supported. In future, recommendation function we'd like to enhance so that we can promote or we can trigger new form of career change. By the way, the new services that I'm sharing today, we haven't imagined at all when we started the service of aid, maybe even a year ago. However, it's already deployed in aid and it's going to develop further. So keeping development is one attraction of the aid. So I hope you have a high expectation and for the further development of 8. And Ruby, we use Ruby for constructing 8. Well, we scan the business card to make into data, and accumulated information will be provided in many different ways. That's the service of 8. And the making business card into data is now become independent service. Now the 15 million name card will be made into the data, and it says that 1 billion business cards are distributed in entire Japan. So maybe 10 to 20% are already captured by our service. And the PB's number of monthly is over 100 million, which is again established by Ruby. So when we say data entry, we have to deliver a lot of tasks. And one is the flow of the processing has been divided in small patterns, small portions. Each process will be deployed as the independent process, and those are connected by one workflow. So because we have a high independency of each process, like image processing, if sophisticated image process is required, then we can use C+ language. This is one unique advantage of this workflow. This sort of workflow has a disadvantage that's often mentioned. The service can be made very small is advantage to supersede disadvantage, because engineers involved are many, and this will be one way to make sure the success when many engineers are engaged. So why we have adopted Ruby? There are a couple of reasons. Of course, the language has to be very fast and its performance has to be good. However, we've been using 4 years or 5 years, and many issues have been resolved with Ruby. So like easy writing or comfortable writing or community environment, these are more important. So thirdly, away from the main topic, the Omotesando RB was centering around Sansan and groups. We are hosting this regional community. And there are many people from Matsue or Izumo today. But if you have opportunity, please drop by this in Tokyo. Finally, well, in order to enhance our service to next stage, well, we are making hard, and we need good engineers. And we have a booth downstairs, and please drop by. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Mr. Nagai. In continuation, from Vareal K.K, Mr. Furuichi will talk about Rubyist Biz takes a part in the Ruby world. Mr. Furuichi, please. Hello, everyone. My name is Furuichi from Vareal. I would like to speak under the title of Rubyist Biz takes a part in the Ruby world. My presentation is about 10 minutes. This is the outline of my presentation. First, self-introduction. My name is Tasuke Furuichi in the planning department of Vareal. Venture company I joined after graduating from college. I joined, and then I returned to home city of Fukuoka, and then I worked as a bartender. But about 1 year later, I quit that job, closed the shop, and started programming. So thereafter I went to Yunnan province of China, mountainous area, and I was surprised by my experience after making application of business as an engineer. I actually of heaven took place which is a German language to go from my original job to a new job. Maybe people get an impression that my company is related to Python, but actually it is developing Ruby dedication. As of Juban in Tokyo and Fukuoka, 6 engineers in Tokyo and 8 engineers in Fukuoka. Track record. I have several, but I'd like to go short. If it's Ruby related, that we provide services anyway customer wants, but as a VR and AI as our own proprietary field of development. I'd like to show you some pictures. These are taken by in Fukuoka. In Ruby World Conference, 4 people joined. Actually, 3 of my colleagues are sitting here. I'd like to just wanted to introduce Nakatsuki-san, Visual Basic engineer, and one of the people absorbed in Ruby. Actually, he oftentimes says, "Homegorose." That means that to praise somebody's virtues a lot until the other party gets defeated. This is outside. That means that playing a VR game in the lunchtime, and actually this engineer is very good in embedded engineering. This is a new area with plentiful of potential of synergy and fantasy. And he's practicing guitar using a practice app. So actually his approach is characterizing his relaxed personality. She is Kambe-san. She is an engineer from Tokyo, in Tokyo. And you can see in the background, bookshelves, you can see. And the Slack needs this type of, this book and that book and so forth. And then, of course, we buy. Kambe-san has a unique background. Recently, she was in Den Haag, in Netherlands. Actually moved from Amsterdam to Den Haag. So actually she had her own unique business, but she's related to us. She's strong in marketing. So all our own media development is what she does. We want to have more Ruby engineers to join us. Please do contact us. Ruby ecosystem. From a sales person like me takes a look at this area, I'd like to share some of my things. New customer gives us questions. What is good about Ruby? What can you do with Ruby? This is not just within Vareal company, but salespeople can communicate or improve the way they communicate better to the customers about the good aspect, merit of Ruby. Development of Rubyist Biz. That's a media we would like to develop and publicize very soon. What kind of information is going to be disseminated using this? Number one, use case introduction with Ruby. Cookpad made this presentation, and Cookpad, so well-known language exists in the world today, which is very wonderful from my perspective. And then I like to be good at introducing good use cases. Second information pertains to Ruby engineers. Many companies wish to hire more and more Ruby engineers. We would like to do so too. So what we want, people sometimes wonder what we should learn and study, and we like to push gently their back to encourage them. Finally, or third one, is activation of Ruby community. That means that reporting of event information. Ruby World Conference is a good example. So such example is area where we would like to actively engage ourselves. Finally, Rubyist Biz is a medium which will be open very soon. We are finishing our Twitter and Facebook pages, so please kindly give us feedbacks. Another one is a request. We would like to receive development use case in using Ruby. First, we like to publicize such information as a free of charge advertising, and then also repetitively speaking, more Ruby engineers, please do contact us. Thank you very much. Thank you, Furuichi-san. Thank you very much for contributing water. So please do enjoy Vareal's water.